On everybody, welcome back to another edition of ACC Lowdown. How about yesterday? Man, was that some fun basketball. We got all our prediction right, guys. Everything we said would come true, came true. That's a great spot to be in, if you ask me. I told you to not take the points on Duke. They didn't cover. I told you not to take the points on UVA. They didn't cover as well. I told you to take the 10.5 on Virginia Tech. They covered. The only one we lost was UNC and Iona. Thanks, Iona. Really appreciate that. But, hey, we got all our games right. Before we jump into today, where we've got Florida State playing Murray State, which is going to be a phenomenal basketball game, I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart that bothered me a little bit. This Zion Williamson cam that CBS had last night. Are you kidding me? Do I really want to see what Zion Williamson is doing on the bench? This is getting ridiculous. The kid is always shown. I'm surprised we don't have voyeur cams in the locker room for the kid at this point. It's getting weird. Let's just cover the game. All right, let's shift to this. Florida State will play Murray State today for the Sweet 16. This is going to be a great game. Ja Morant is the best basketball player in the country, not named Zion Williamson. He had a triple-double in their first game against a struggling Marquette team. Nevertheless, a triple-double. If you were comparing him to someone, I'd compare him to I'd probably compare him to Russell Westbrook, a little bit more talented Russell Westbrook at this point in his career. Taller Allen Iverson, if you will. Great ball handler, great shooter, just has a knack for where the basketball is going to be. You know, you either got that or you don't. Big story out of Florida State. Kofor will not play today. You know, it's a sad story about, you know, he found out his father passed away after the game. He's in a walking boot, so it looks like we will not see him play today. Florida State still has dudes. Let's not forget that. You know, they had a great ACC run this year. They're given 4.5 today. They're minus 4.5. I don't like that at all. This is one of those games that Vegas is not giving you any leeway. It's a really, really hard one to predict. I will probably, I don't know. I'll probably say take Murray State outright today. I firmly believe that Murray State's going to win this game. They're just so talented. And when you got an NBA guy that's as good as Morant is, you know, it's a recipe for success. Should be an interesting day today in ACC basketball. Let's dive into what we got coming on Sunday. I'm going to talk specifically about Virginia Tech. I got a lot of ET fans that watch this channel, and so let's go ahead and dive into that as they play Liberty at 7 p.m. on Sunday. This is a really good matchup for Virginia Tech. They have already beat Liberty once this year in a preseason scrimmage by, I think they beat them by 18 points, 18 or 17. This is the matchup Tech wanted. You know, you didn't want to play in Mississippi State. They got some tall dudes, and we struggle with tall dudes. So the Hokies should be able to win this game, I'd say, by 10 to 12 points. It will be a very interesting dynamic to see how we bring J-Rob back into the lineup. He looked like he was struggling a little bit last night against St. Louis. So I am curious to see how that foot really is, how that big toe is really holding up. But again, we've got some great basketball today. Got a really good Wofford team that's taking on Kentucky. Keep your eye on that game. Don't let that one, that's one that's going to screw your bracket up if you ain't careful. Wofford can shoot the ball. I mean, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. Keep an eye on that game. A young Kentucky team, as always. That's no surprise to anybody. All these one-and-dones, they pop out year in and year out. But it's going to be a phenomenal day in basketball. Like I said, I take Murray State outright today. We'll see how it goes. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Thanks.